Guys, we have some breaking Ripple XRP news to talk about in the crypto market right now. And could it potentially be the calm before the storm? What is Brad saying over on X? What is Ripple doing over on X as well? And what are the important things you need to know in the crypto market for XRP, for Ripple, and some macro stuff as well? So if you guys enjoy these videos where you get fully up to date on what's happening with XRP, like it as well. It's a signal you guys want to see some more XRP getting covered. And also if you are trading XRP or even Bitcoin or Pepe, make sure to check out the links to our channel partners right here in the description, Bytefy, Bitchnix, Bluefin, where you can unlock some really nice trading bonuses. And we've been crushing it recently on some trades. You can unlock the VIP section of the Discord as well. And guys, having said that, let's talk about the XRP price right now. And we'll talk about the big news and where the XRP price can go in the future. So if we have a look right here, you can see, potentially, is this a bull flag forming right here? So sometimes when these angles line up, you could potentially see a bounce coming up soon for XRP. So you can actually see right here, just previously, you zoom in on this price chart, there was a potential, nice little flag forming here as well. Nice little downtrend there, and then a boom. And that's potentially what could happen with XRP in the short term. So I think right now, in terms of upside for short-term price targets, if you're trading, futures and you're going short-term on XRP right now, in addition to your long-term bags, I reckon this $2.60 level would be a very nice price target if we can hit that. So if we hit that, that might be a potential, profit-taking area if you're trading short-term long in XRP. Again, not financial advice, but that seems to be an area we have hit before. So we hit it there, we hit it there, we've hit it there, we've hit it there, we've hit it there. So if time and history repeat again, we could potentially bounce up to, a $2.60 XRP in the short term. In terms of risk to the downside, and this might be another good accumulation zone, if you have a look at this area of support as well. So about $2 to $2.10 is a really good, decent level of support for XRP as well. So if it was to push down, you're looking at about the $2.10 level, and it could bounce off that as well as another potential trading setup if you're into trading XRP in the short term. So that's what I'm looking at. And those two areas in the short term. But let's talk about the big picture news that could send XRP way higher than that. Because I know, $2.60 XRP for long-term holders is probably not that exciting. But we want to talk some big term things because again, XRP is this crypto. I do feel if everything does go really good for it, it does have potential high upside. But let's talk about it right now. So Kraken actually says, adding a bit of XRP can cut risk and lift return. So that's actually bullish. Kraken's a good crypto exchange. I think that's in the US. I think it's in Europe as well. It's everywhere Kraken, but that's a good little snippet coming out of them. And XRP futures have generated 19 million in first day trading on CME Group, outperforming Solana's launch. So that is good. Plenty of interest coming in for XRP futures right here. And Brad actually dropped a comment about this. So he said right here, the launch of the regulated XRP futures on CME Group marks a key institutional milestone for XRP. I'm very excited to report that Hidden Road cleared the first block trade on CME at opening. So good to see this kind of financial adoption, financial institutional adoption from some big players out there for XRP. And that's more recognition in the crypto market, which is looking good. And there are some top analysts out there who are loading up on XRP right now. So, the key price level to watch, if it does drop to about $2, I think that's a good entry point, or $2.10 could be a good entry point into XRP if it does drop down there. But there's no guarantee it's going down to $2.10. So the thing in crypto is, you potentially might think it's going, you'd want it to go to $2.10, but sometimes there's no guarantee. Sometimes in crypto, if everything goes aligned and the stars align, this thing might just race off. And that's the risk and the reward in the crypto market. So yes, you can hope it goes down, but as an entry, but it's no guarantee you're going to get there. And the other thing to definitely consider for XRP is some of the macro things that we're seeing in the broader scheme of things. So, Bitcoin is getting really close to an all-time high. There's a lot of bullish Bitcoin pro-crypto adoption happening in the USA. We have a potential strategic reserve happening in Texas right there. We have a lot of good stuff coming in, and we might just be moments away potentially from a Bitcoin all-time high, which I do think is going to be good for XRP. So XRP just lagging in the short term, Bitcoin kind of running away as we kind of push towards, nearly $110,000, $109,000. That's going to be fantastic if we do get to that level. And, you know, I think big picture play, the thesis is still going to remain the same for Ripple and XRP. So what needs to happen is it does need to get adoption, right? It needs to get adoption by the financial institutions, the Federal Reserve. Brad needs to get his way into, you know, Washington, D.C. He needs to set up meetings and he needs to make it a reality. That's honestly the way I see it in the crypto market for XRP. So we have seen, you know, there might be potentially acquiring USDC Circle, which I do think is going to be good. But at the end of the day, you know, if we really want this price surge to kick off for XRP, it's going to come down to, you know, institutions, you know, banks, central banks buying up XRP and utilizing it in the ecosystem and, you know, doing global trade, things like that. That's the stuff that's going to send XRP way up in terms of price action. So that's what you have to watch out for, I think, right now in terms of XRP. I don't think it's going to happen overnight, but I think, you know, patience will definitely be a virtue for XRP right now. But in the meantime, if you are interested in making some short-term moves in the crypto market, long or short, make sure to check out the channel partners in the description of this video, Blowfin, Bytefy, BitChnix, more loading up as well in the future to give you guys that choice, diversity, and bonuses. And trades have been going well. And I'm definitely going to keep my eye out on some more moves for XRP as well to make some gains in the short term. But links to that will be in the description of this video as well. But I have to say right now, you know, maybe potentially calm before the storm for XRP. Things looking good though. And I really appreciate you guys tuning into this one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Crypto Zeus signing out.